randomly walking in the bar with my friends, and I saw one of the guys. He was just staring at me for like good 5 minutes, and I'm like, okay, like, and then he slowly like coming closer and closer and staring, like, you know, like talking with his friends.
Do you want to describe what the guy looked like, or how old he was, or what kind of guy he was, or anything?
He's like really tall and good toned, like not
10?
not black,
Okay.
but like
Would you consider him good looking or not?
not really.
Okay.
And he's like in his 30s, I think. So then he just came to me and like,
At your table?
I think, yeah.
Were you with friends?
Yes.
All right.
And he's like, I think I saw you before, like I met you before. I'm like, I don't think so, like what are you talking about? And he, wait a minute. And he opened his phone and started searching in his phone, and he showed me the picture of me from the winter. And I was sitting in the subway and like kind of sleeping, and he's like, is it you? And it was like maybe months ago, so it's in the summer. And I'm like, yes.
And he took a picture of you sleeping on the subway?
Yes. Like,
Did he have just one picture?
he showed me only one. And he was like, have like few months old picture, like it's from the winter. And he's like, I just thought that it's cool.
And
shot.
what was your response to that?
I was like, you weird.
Did you say anything? Like you took a picture of me sleeping on the sofa or on
But
the
I
subway?
said you weird.
You just said you're weird. Okay.
Yeah, and he's like, I know, like, you know, so many people doing the pictures, taking the pictures for blog and whatever. I'm like, yeah,
okay.
but this is kind of just picture on the
It's so
phone.
sketchy. And also to use it to come up and kind of flirt with you?
Yes, and he's like, you want me to send it to you? So you want me to give me
Yeah, your email or something, yeah.
Email or something. I'm like, I don't need it. Like, thank you.
And now what's funny about that story is that's not the only time that that's happened, right?
Yeah.
And it recently happened again this last year, right? Or
Yes.
what's the other story?
One of them, not even last year, maybe months ago, I went in a like school for a happy hour.
All right.
And it was again like random guy just walking around and like looking at me. Like I saw him looking, like staring. I don't know what's going on. And he's like, I know you from somewhere.
That's right. That's
I'm like,
right.
come on. I thought like it's, you know, one of the ways to start talk, you know, like, but
Guys.
he showed me my picture at Union Square with, you know, these guys with snakes.
Yeah.
So I was playing with Snake.
And he had somebody.
and
He took a picture.
He
of
took
you.
a picture, and then we met in GA, and he's like, I know, I saw you before, and like this is your picture in my phone. I'm like, and the same story. Do you want me to send it?
Yeah, you have a third one?
Yeah, like no, he's like you.
Oh.
No,
Oh, it's the
this
same
one.
story, I
He's
see.
like, do you want me to send it to you?
Yeah, and give me your number.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't need it. Thank you.
Do you have a third story similar to this?
In Russia.
In Russia it happened. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And it was. So I was in St. Petersburg.
When was this?
2 years ago.
All right.
And I went in St. Petersburg, and I went in a museum, just
All right.
art museum, and the next day I was in completely different like side of street, like completely far away from museum,
All right.
and like eating, just chilling, and some Chinese guy with like bad English, he like shaking, like nervous.
Oh, Chinese guy.
Yeah, and
In
he's-
Russia.
Yeah, and
Alright.
he didn't speak Russian, of course, and didn't speak English. And he's like, sorry, like, and he's searching his phone, like, is it you? And he's showing me picture of me in that museum. Like, I'm just like looking in
How long ago had the picture been taken? Like weeks before, months before? Or
no,
what?
it was next day.
Oh, the previous. Okay.
Previous day,
all right.
but in completely different place, like of city.
Now, are you creeped out when this happens?
It was my first time.
Yeah, and that creeped you out.
Yes.
And then it happened a second and third time. And now, what's your feeling
and now,
about it?
Now, I don't know. I don't like it because I don't mind when people like that guy with blog when they're asking and they're like giving me your card, for example, and like there is my card and you can see what I took and what I write.
If they're asking permission and then you say
It's
yes,
like,
and then and then a coincidence happens,
and
that's
I
a
can
totally
see.
different story.
But when now I see the people just staying in the corner and like creeping and taking the picture, and then they change the angle and continue taking the pictures.
Do you see it happen a lot?
Yeah. like in Williamsburg, I go every Sunday in Williamsburg, and I went in a flea market, and one Asian guy, he was following me with like huge camera, and he just following me while I'm walking, and not just taking the picture like and me, but he would like sit down right next to me and like
wow,
take
and
pictures.
just it doesn't even care what you're
Yeah.
thinking. One of the other things I remember you telling me is that sometimes you'll go online and you'll see a website where people are taking pictures, like of just things at Union Square or something,
Yeah, yeah.
and you realize you can just start scrolling through and you're waiting to see a picture of yourself.
Yeah.
And
And it's usually on Instagram.
and that's happened a few times.
Yeah.
Where you see pictures and you're like, okay, where am I?
Okay,
And then
yes.
and you're usually right. Usually you're sitting there and someone snapped a few pictures
If
of you.
I can see like few portraits, like, and I see that they're random, that people taking picture
Yeah,
just
yeah.
of strangers, and if I see that they're taking picture at Union Square, I just like go, and I'm sure that I'll find myself there, and usually I do find myself there.
And how does that affect you? How does it make you think about yourself? How do you feel about yourself when you see that? Anything?
Nothing. Like it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's not insulting or flattering or.
It's just like I still didn't get it. Like why? Like I don't know, because it doesn't make me feel like good about myself. Like, oh, so many people take
yeah.
picture of me. It's more makes me think about people a little bit different. Like when they hiding and taking pictures, it doesn't
Yeah,
make me feel
yeah.
good. It makes me feel like not too good about them.
So how long have you been hanging out at Union Square?
I came here in New York in
Yeah.
August, and my first week
It's almost a year ago.
discovered Union Square, and like all fall I was here every day, and I came here in the winter, I told you.
Why did you like Union so much?
At first time it was just culture shock, and it's so many people, and I love watching people, and so for me it was like it's a perfect place to look at the people and don't like be in the crowd.
Like, do you prefer this over like Washington Square Park or Central Park, or do you go to those places too?
I went there. I like this the most.
You like this one the most?
Yeah.
And it's because there's just the best people watching?
People watching and like, yeah, mostly.
You meet a lot of people here. I mean, it seems like
Yeah.
everywhere we walk, we have a lot of people to meet. You have no problem meeting people here at the park.
Yes.
And it's pretty simple for a girl to meet a guy at the park here, right? Like sometimes all they have to do is just find a way to sit, and you'll meet a guy easily out here.
Just sit and wait.
Just the way you
but
position
if you
yourself.
want it, like just you have to find the right position. Like, because if you're sitting in the right, like just normal way, it's boring.
You mind if I show how you're sitting?
Yeah, but I don't want to.
No, you're doing a good job.
Yeah,
You're
I know,
sitting very
but
nicely.
I mean, but when I'm
This is a nice way to sit.
yeah, but when you're sitting the other way,
I don't understand. Do you want to do? Okay, we'll just assume that people can figure out another way to sit. I can't even imagine what another way to sit would be, but it's kind of. You're sitting very properly right now. It's very okay. That's good. All right.
no. Ну так что ты. Сам себе хороший друг. А Филипп, а Филипп там или он не с вами?